thing is actually in Toronto. All right, so how close is this school from Toronto? It's only 1 hour away, very close. It might not see on the map, it has some distance. Yes, I took the train myself. It's only about 1 hour and 10 minutes. If you are driving with your car, it will only take you 40 minutes to 50 minutes max to go to Toronto downtown. So it's very close. And that's why a lot of students really want to go to this school too. Why? Wilfrid Laurier. So what is Wilfrid Laurier? It's actually a person's name. Wilfrid Laurier is Canada #7th Prime Minister. Okay, so that's why you may not hear the name before, but locally in Canada, everyone knows about this school. And for Wilfrid Laurier, this school, how long history it is, it's about 111 years. Okay, so it's very long history. It's been a while for a long time, so it's not a new university. All the local students are very well known for this school. So we have two campuses. One is in Brantford. One is in Waterloo. Okay, Kitchener-Waterloo. Both of them, how do you think? Which one should you go to? For international students, the pathway that I'm introducing today, you will go to Brantford for 1 year first. Okay, and then in second year, depending on your program, most of you will be going to Waterloo. Okay, how about the cost wise? I'll talk about the cost because right now I know in Myanmar it is very tough. Sometimes you want to go to outside the country to study, but sometimes financial could be a constraint too, right? So here, compared to Toronto, the living cost is at least 30% to 40% cheaper compared to you living in Toronto, but you're very close there too. What's good about this school and why should, especially, I'll tell you a little bit later, IGCSE students, how you can make yourself graduate faster. Okay, so today for this school in Canada, they always have some ranking every year. It's sometimes by program, which school is better for this program, and also sometimes it's about overall experience because you're gonna pay a lot of money to study overseas, right? So you want to make sure your experience and your money is worth, you have the experience you want and you're satisfied. In Canada, so every year in this ranking, we are the top 5 universities in Canada, the whole Canada, with the highest of student satisfaction. It means that it also rank how do you get satisfied. Not only how happy you are, that's too general. We also rate on the professor. Oh, that's very important because you want to make sure you follow a good teacher. You know, when you study in high school, a teacher, even the course is very hard. Even if you meet a good teacher or at work, if you have a good boss, it can change your experience completely, right? I think we all agree on this. So that's why having a good satisfaction experience should be your priority too. Of course, the big name at University of Toronto and all those names, a lot of students will want to hear about them too. But I can tell you, in University of Toronto, in your first year, it's about 800 students. Okay, you cannot expect the teacher will not remember your name. It's 800 with one teacher only. So that's why sometimes big school is not necessarily the good one, because a lot of students gonna be there, right? Yes, they have a good program, but at the same time, the support you might not see, it might not be compared to a smaller university, but really care about you. So this university also very known for the extracurricular, because why? In Canada, it's not about just study. We believe in life and study. You have to maintain the balance, okay? So that's why we really encourage students to join the student club, be engaged, get some of your hobbies so that you can balance your stress because study could be stressful. So here we have at least 250 student clubs, okay, just our school. If you don't find any that you really like, you can also create your own student club, okay? So that's also an option. And other statistic I really want to highlight because of this school. This school has really, really high on employment rate. A lot of students will want to know because, I mean, you're going to pay a lot of money. You're going to study here in Canada. As I become an international student before, the hardest part I really scared of is after graduate, right? After graduate, what should I do? Should I go back home? I don't really like it because I want to build a life here so that I can have my mom to come here to live with me or immigrate here. You might not want to immigrate right now, but in future, you want to have a chance. That's why a lot of people want to come to Canada. For us, we have a really high employment rate, 94.9% of international graduate. It's very important. If you hear other school in future, some of them might tell you overall, all our student or just business student or just economic student, we can have an 80% or 90% employment rate. But this school is this statistics only calculate from international students. So did not include any domestic students. So you can tell in Canada, they do not discriminate for international students, okay? International student, domestic student, they all have equal chance of getting a job, okay? All right. So I show you a small clip. I'm not sure how smooth it is on your screen, but this is what your first year you're gonna study at. So that day I went in, this is all I film it. So I just use my phone. Here, downstairs of your classroom, we have a game room. So this is actually a study and game room. You can study. After that, you can play some pool table or air hockey. A lot of students might think that, also a lot of like ping pong as well. Not only that, here, this is what attracts students most. So we have all the TV and games. So this TV is just for Nintendo Switch, and this TV is just for PS5. So this is why I tell you, we want students to become more live and study the balance there. So you can have lunch here, hang out with your friends here, and play together, have fun. So this is why I want you to really remember, in Canada, your life will not just be about studying. And I don't want you to just study, okay? I want you to really have that balance to enjoy yourself and really get the most experience out of it. So this building is your first year study building. We call it One Market. So why is it called One Market? Because previously, I can give you a small story. This is actually a shopping mall. Yes, it is a shopping mall. So how come it become an academic building now? It's not a shopping mall anymore. So yes, so the city, the government, think that, because of COVID or something, that business is not good, they're trying to sell the building. So it's less and less store coming in. And Wilfrid Laurier saying, how about I buy it from you? Okay, so they got the building. And now recently, this is just from last week, they get paint everything again. And inside, in future, this building, downstairs is your gaming room, I show you already. And also next door, it will be having a lot more like food court or some stores gonna coming in. It will be like similar to the academic building, but also very similar to a shopping mall. It's like half, almost like that. So this is something that's development. After COVID, they're gonna start now all the development. And also behind this building is a very signature one. It's very close to our academic building as well, our classroom. Previously, this building is a public library. Okay, it's a library. You can see very historical. This is what we see in the movie. Yes, and that's why a lot of Netflix movie also film in here too. Like A Handmaid's Tale. And also here, I can tell you even a funnier story. This is not many people know. In the past, also government say, I want to move the library to a modern one. So they move to another building, modern design. They want to don't want this building anymore. But sometimes you don't want to destroy something with some history, right? It has its value in it. So Wilfrid Laurier decided to buy it again. And how much did they pay for? Very cheap. It's only $2 Canadian plus 1 can of Coke. Yes, it's just one can of Coke plus $2. Pay it to the government. This building belongs to the university after. So they have some kind of fun deal, and it's just like maybe give you one more can of Coke. That's how the deal is. So I give you a map here. You can see there's a lot of restaurants and also a lot of activities. This is what your first year is gonna look like. And also it's very close to go to Toronto too. I can show you how I go to Toronto. That day, this is the classroom, right? I walk from my office to the train. So train station is only 11 minutes walk, very close. I buy my tickets in advance online. How much is it? Usually if you go Monday to Thursday, it's about $27 Canadian. If you are going, let's say Friday to Sunday, a little bit more expensive, around $30 to $32. All right, I got my confirmation. On that day, this is how I go. So that day, it's in March. So you can see a little bit snow, not too much. So you're just gonna get in outside. They're very on time. So in Ontario, you can take this train, not only to Toronto, you can also go to Montreal, Quebec, or a lot of different places, Ottawa as well. If you want to go for a trip, it's much cheaper. All right, and then what do? They have space for you to put my luggage. Then I start finding my seat. You can see the leg room and space are very comfortable. So it's only 1 hour anyways, but still you can see there's lots of rooms. You can sit very comfortably here and to your destination. And as I say, Toronto, what does Toronto looks like? Very different. There's no historical building that much. Once you go there, you see mostly just high rise. All the building, this is all the business hub. So if you want to do internship to earn money, this would be a better place because it's so expensive to live there. A lot of students actually will live outside Toronto and go to Toronto just for working. Okay, so I'm going to tell you a little bit on what Waterloo looks like too. Waterloo is a little bit much bigger compared to the Brantford, the one I showed you. After the first year, most of you will be going to Waterloo, definitely a bigger city. And also you can see it's very green. That's what Canada looks like. And the air here is very nice too. I can tell you the quality is very different compared to me back home in Hong Kong, of course. And definitely have lots more different supermarket. You won't feel, to be honest, you won't feel homesick that much because all the food you can find in South Asia, you can buy it here too. So you don't have to worry too much about it. So another highlight about this, not only the internship I want to talk about, but also the job fair too. Why the job fair is very important? Because not many schools can offer. So how does it work? What is job fair? So it means we will introduce, we're gonna invite all the companies gonna come here. Every single school might have different kind of job fair, but not many will be very big. Some of them might be invite 10 companies for the job fair. Some of them might be 40 or 50, but Wilfrid Laurier, every year, they only do it once, all right? Usually February. They collaborate with 2 more universities and they have a job fair that is with 150 to 200 companies. That scale of job fair. This one is the biggest one in Canada in terms of university job fair. What can you do there? You can ask, you can hire for a part-time job, right? If you're first year, second year, you can for a part-time job. And when you're second year, you can start look for co-op job, like an internship job too. In your 4th year, that you can start looking for a permanent job. So this event only open to current students like you or alumni. So even if you graduate for 5 years already, you can still go there. No other people can get in there. So once you're in the job fair, you might want to dress nice too, because some of them may do interview on the spot. And I can tell you, when you go to ask other school in Canada, many of them will tell you we have co-op, but not many will have a job fair like the scale, like this big, like us. All right, so let me introduce you how to get into university, and especially for IGCSE students too. This might be a very good one for you to pay attention. normally we'll be going to first year, second, third, and fourth year, right? And you want to actually go to stage 1, stage 2, right? What is stage 1, stage 2? Stage 1 is a foundation. So it's for someone that potentially for IGCSE students, but if you finish your A levels already, or you already finished 1-year universities, like a national curriculum, then you're going to stage 2, same as first year. So you're not actually wasting additional time here. The only difference is the class size, okay? As I mentioned, at U of T, you might be having a class that is like 800 students per class, whereas here, it's only about 30 student maximum per class, okay? That's very important. Similar to your high school, 30 students, your instructor have more time to do one-on-one and remember your name and give you more time to teach you. And usually our class time, normally university will be only give you 3 hours for class. We give 4 hours because instructor will speak slower usually. So in case they know that you're international students, English for some students might not be first language. And that's why they will speak a bit slower. That's why a lot of students will go for the international college pathway. Okay, it's very, very popular. I did that myself too. I proved to my mom, I finished this one. When I go to second year, even though the classroom is bigger, I'm not afraid anymore because I have learned the curriculum. I know the Canadian curriculum now. I'm very used to it. I can compete with a domestic student too. And that really helps me build a foundation very strong that I can compete with domestic student in the second year. So instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, you just have to start with 1, 2, 3, 4. Same campus, just different classroom. You can use all the facilities, join all the clubs too. Okay, now this is for students who are doing IGCSE. If you're not doing IGCSE, that's okay. It's only 2 slides. It will go so fast. All right, traditional way, right? Ignore the STPM. It's A level. Usually you would do like IGCSE first, right? And you might have your AS or A2 level, right? That would take you 2 years. And then you go for year 1 university, year 2. That's how you go for your traditional way, right? There are some foundation pathway, okay, outside. After IGCSE, then you go to a foundation. But normally foundation will also take 6 to 8 months, depending on which school you're going to. And then you will get into universities, right? There's also normal foundation pathway. That already saves you a lot of time. Remember, from 2 years down to 6 to 8 months, really save you time. But there's a fast track pathway. So for Wilfrid Laurier International College, like here, WLIC, after your IGCSE, you can actually come for our foundation as short as 4 months. All right, so now get your interest. How does it work? Why 4 months? Depending on your grades, okay? We will give you an offer that it's 8 months first. I assume you need 8 months, but you can actually prove me you don't need 8 months. How? So if you have an IELTS 5.5, then you have the chance to go to fast track, okay? Only for IELTS 5.5. If you have IELTS 5.5, you come in here, you're gonna take 4 courses in your first semester. And each of the courses, if you have 70% or above, okay, don't need to be A, only 70% out of 100 in each of the 4 courses, you can skip the next 4 months and get into year 1 right away, okay? Give you an example how fast it can be. As I mentioned, number of courses, semester 1, semester 2, 70%, then you can jump, okay? So if you cannot get the grades, most likely you would just be adding 4 more months. It's still faster than you completing A levels. So what give you an example? Let's say you finish IGCSE now, right? Let's say you want to come for September, this is September. We're still accepting application, so there's still time. The grade requirements, it's we need 3 D grades. Okay, it's really not hard because we want to make sure students have the chance to speed up their studies. And you're gonna come here in September. Okay, remember the September until December, We call it one semester, okay? Only 4 months. September until December, you take 4 classes if you have IELTS 5.5. And then you'll be focusing only these 4 courses and get 70% on each of them. If you can get it in 2023, next year, January, you can get into university program year 1 courses already, okay? This is how fast it can be. But of course, there's the age requirement. So when you come from foundation, I hope you will be turning 17 by the end of December. Okay, so that's the only requirement. If not, you can still wait until like next year, January to start. But regardless, coming here to start, you have to be 17 years old by the end of first semester. Okay, so after first year, then you go to Laurier University for your second year. So that's how fast it is. So if you are doing IGCSE, really consider this pathway because it will help you speed up way faster. So there's a lot of programs we have here, but today I only want to focus on 3 to 4. That is in Canada, it's going to be very high demand. Okay, I can tell you my insight. So data science, number 1, very important. Why? Because every single company wants someone to help them analyze their data, because data can really help them make better decisions compared to feeling, right? In the past, I was like, oh, I feel like a lot of people want this. Then you go for it, maybe fail. But data can help you really have a much more logical, much more solid solution to company. And remember, if you want to do data science, you're not only limited to one industry, right? You can go banking company, you can go to medical, you can go for education or technology company, right? You can see that's like you can do financial risk if you want to help someone for investment banking. That's also another one that you can focus on. Data science is very popular right now. Our students usually have a very good title if they go for co-op. Co-op is another name for internship. You can think of that name. So developer, web developer, information like IT guy, right? Or business analyst. These are all our students who get their title in the internship. Okay, so very good program. And why you should choose us over other school is because we are the number 3 or number 4 university who start this. So it means we have very long history, many successful story. Next, I want to highlight is something that's related to economics and accounting or financial management, okay? So these are something a little bit on the business world. What does it look like? So if you want to become an official accountant in Canada, you must have a qualification called CPA, okay? CPA Ontario, it's better than CPA in BC. It's completely different. All the CPA is different from province to province, is a little bit different. So CPA Ontario helps you to get a job really in Ontario, especially in Toronto. How to get CPA, right? Number 1, you have to finish your 4-year degree, okay? Number 2, you have to finish the CPA program. How long is this program? 6 courses, 6 modules worth about 30 months. It's very long, yes. And that's why a lot of students will finish their bachelor degree and become a junior accountant first in a company. While they're working as a junior accountant, they study on the side, okay? So that's how it usually works. But you ask, Michelle, can I make it faster? I don't want to waste a lot of time. Of course, we always want to help you fast track everything. If you come to Wilfrid Laurier, some school, not only us, because I don't want to really like hard sell about this school. There are other schools in Canada also offer some credit transfer from their degree to the CPA program, okay? But not all university will do it. And some university might be only can transfer 1 to 2 courses, okay? For us, it's the max. You can actually transfer 4 courses worth of credits into CPA program. You can start right away capstone 1. You can save yourself at least 20 months of studying and start from capstone 1 and go for a CPA exam faster and earlier. Okay, So sometimes it's not about only the big school is better. Sometimes a little bit smaller school, like a mid-sized school, can really help you focus on your career and to go for finding a job faster too. All right, next thing you can see from here is similar. You can look at this one. What is user experience design? I'm not into business, but I'm into some about computing science, right? And something about design. We have computing science too, very popular, but not many people know about user experience design. So I'm sure, do you have used Grab before? You use Grab, right? Why this Grab app has to be green color? Why when I order this button is here and how to check out everything? They are not actually just computing science doing it. It's actually user experience design student who do this. And you can tell this is going to be a very fast growing industry in Canada and earn a lot of money too. How much? I have two friends are doing. They both earn more than me right now. I find a job earlier than them, but they climb faster than I do because they work in a technology company and they pick industry that's not many people actually have that degree yet. So this is combining design and technology. It will not get replaced by technology. It's going to be very popular in future. As a business student, if you work in an entry-level job, you can earn about $45,000 to $50,000. I'm talking about a big city like in Vancouver or Toronto already. And don't forget, this is something that if you live in big city, if higher pay, you also have higher expenses too. So if you want to become a UX experience designer, if you have a co-op experience, usually our student will start with $60-something thousand. Okay, that's how much they start with. One of my friends, he started from 68. In 6 months, he got 74, and now he's 85 to 90 now. So 90K. So it's jumped really fast. He got very lucky in a good company too. But this is something you can consider. I can tell you, one of our students who actually did something, I'll show you what the project is like, because I don't want you to only learn a theory, right? It's actually very hands-on. And user experience design is one of our highlight program in Wilfrid Laurier, because until right now in 2022, we are the first university and the only university in Canada who offer a Bachelor of Design degree for user experience design. A lot of schools outside will have user experience design as a diploma, like a 2-year diploma, or just some courses within the degree, like 2 courses about user experience design, but there's no one major or bachelor degree. It's just for Bachelor of Design under user experience design. So this is a very, very unique program. And what I like about WLIC is that we don't assume you have a lot of knowledge, because you guys come from a different background, right? You all come from different background. Some of you might not have experience in design and everything. And a lot of school, when it comes to design university, we want to see your portfolio, right? They want to see some work that you've done. But what if you never had it? I just learned about this degree. I really want to do it, but I don't have experience. That's okay. And that's why people want to go to the international pathway, because we don't require portfolio. Okay, as long as you meet the grades of the general one, you can come in here. We teach you from scratch. Okay, we teach you from zero. This is why I really love about this pathway is they do not discriminate you. They do not think that you coming here, you must know a lot. No, because we know that you all coming from different background. You're new to the country, and our job is to kind of protect you and also help you so that you can become independent and get use of this environment. This is why the international pathway is so popular right now. Everyone wants to go through that kind of pathway. So here, I'm not going to play you a lot. I'll play you a small clip. And this is one of our students. He just graduated actually last year. He wanted to make a app, like an app application in iOS, like Apple. So what he did is he start from scratching, trying to design the logo first. You have to learn how to design your logo and also the size too. After that, he trying to, after scratching, sketch, and he tried to do UI UX design using Illustrator and everything. Then you can actually build the whole thing. I know in your screen, it might be just frame, it might be a little bit lagging, but you kind of know he's using an application, he's trying to make a whole app by himself. So you kind of have to know a little bit about design, a little bit about coding as well. Now, I'm going to share another screen for you to show you his final project. There you go. This one is his final project. Here, he wants to make a booking for a salon, like for dogs, for pets. So that's how he did it. And you have to showcase the whole thing, right? You can see that's the whole thing. You have to log in, the logo, the color, and how it looks like. This is one of his homework, okay? You can imagine that someone in the school, you're not just learning all this, you're actually making it happen. I want you to remember this. Canada or university itself is about making things happen. There are lots of opportunities here. This is what I really love about this school, is that they really care about the experience, how to make it work, and you can actually show people, right? It's not just about talking. You can actually show them what you want to do. All right, so this is just a small peek of what he did. So he already has started his full-time job already. He has been working here like at our school for 4 years and very engaged. Last but not least, we also have something about film study. If you're interested in film study, I have a really good program for you. That is the one that we collaborate with Vancouver Film School. Vancouver Film School is very popular in Canada because of the network in the film industry and also of their facilities. Unfortunately, Vancouver Film School currently only have a 2-year diploma program. They don't have a full bachelor program. And that's why Laurier, even though we're in Ontario, they're in Vancouver, completely like opposite way. We decided to collaborate with them, and we're going to shorten a 6-year program into 4 years only. Okay, how does it work? Usually student will still get a bachelor degree because bachelor is very basic to get a job in Canada, a good job, right? But they want to go to Vancouver Film School, study 2 more years for the diploma just to get into the industry. But we're trying to compress all these 6 years into 4 years. So the first 2 years will be studying all the theory and knowledge in Laurier. In your 3rd year, you actually have to fly to Vancouver to study Vancouver Film School for 1 year, okay? After that, you will come back and finish your final year. But when you graduate, you're getting double qualification. You're getting a full bachelor degree under film study with us and a 2 years worth of diploma at Vancouver Film School. Choose from either film production, writing for film, television, and games, or acting for film and television. One of the 3 on the screen here. Okay, so these are some of the high-rising major in Canada or industry that you can consider. Of course, we have psychology and also a lot of like financial mathematics, financial management, economics, and also business technology management. That is also a very popular program too. We also have business technology and management because a lot of students really want to study business, but at the same time, they know technology is very important. So that's why they really want to have one degree that can study both, as business technology. So you will learn a lot about business and also about a little bit on coding, some data science as well. So yeah, this is all the highlight program. Let me introduce to you like how you can get in here. So getting here, you just have to focus on 2 things, okay? One is your high school grades, okay? Number 2 is your English, all right? Only these 2. So if you're doing a national curriculum, then it's very normal. You will go into university, complete 1 year first, right? And then you can come here, all right? And then, or you can choose to, if you IGCSE, right, then you will be coming with a 3Ds. If you want coming from A levels, then we need 1C and 1D grades. Okay. I'm not going to list out all the curriculum, but just so you know, for English, we have minimum 5.0 to come in. Okay. If you have 5.5, that'll be great. 5.5 is usually better. Then you have less English to take. Okay. We accept Duolingo as well, or our own English test. Our own good English test is quite interesting and also good for our student as well, because it's free of charge, because sometimes IELTS can be expensive. If you want to do both IELTS and our English test, that's okay too, but do our English test first, or when you apply, don't give me your IELTS first. So you can take our English test, it's free of charge as long as you have our offer. And by the way, just so you know, applying to the international pathway, there's no application fee. Okay, so if you're IGCSE student or someone who looking into coming in this September or maybe next year, just so you know, there's no application fee. You can apply to us, get an offer, and then you can book a time to speak with me for 5 minutes. Then we can lay out all the details. Like, let me help you plan your timeline. What it looks like for you to come to Canada. Okay. Canada right now is very good with COVID. So everything, since July 1st, everything's gonna drop. We don't need masks anymore. There's not much, everyone is quite distant. We're very good, there's not much COVID. Everything pretty much back to normal now. All right, so for tuition fee, let me tell you about money first. How much for investment you have to come here. So in University, Canada, normally for this school is a little bit already cheaper than the Toronto side. Tuition fee is around 30,000 Canadian dollar per year. Okay, so but for living costs, you can definitely save a lot more money. It will be with the living costs and everything together. Let's say you live in residence altogether, your investment will be around 43,000 Canadian dollar. Okay, 43,000 Canadian, is it really expensive in Canada? It depends. Some big university, you might need to pay about 50 to 60,000 Canadian dollar per year, or some program might take only $50,000 just for tuition. So for us, it's definitely way cheaper than the big cities one already. But don't forget, you are very close to Toronto. It means that you can actually do internship and earn one semester money to help yourself too. And I'll introduce scholarship, of course, at the end. Living in residence is quite common among students. So I can give you a floor plan. So we're apartment style. All right. You will each get your own room. Okay. You will not be having a sleep with someone else next to you. You all get each room. And just so you know, we care about your own health too. It's not 5 people squeezing in one bathroom. Okay, you do have to share, but not with many students. Normal on ratio, about 2 students will be sharing one bathroom. Okay, so if you can see there's a 5-bedroom here, there will be 3 washroom. Okay, so that's the average. It's very big apartment, so you don't have to worry about, you have your own kitchen too. So you have a card, you can use a student card with money in it. You can use at the restaurant, or you can use in a supermarket to pay with that student card, and then go home and cook by yourself. Okay, so there's not much. We don't force you to eat the food at school. So yeah, if you go to Waterloo campus, there's also 2 types. You can sleep with someone else, like a one roommate, or you maintain with the apartment style. All right, this is the last part that I want to highlight, is about scholarship, because everyone wants to know about scholarship. Right now, we have 2 scholarships available. One is Future Leader Scholarship, that's worth 4,500 Canadian dollar. Another one is Ambassador Scholarship, that's 5,000 Canadian dollar. What's the difference? One do require video submission. We're looking for someone who want to volunteer and help us to promote the school. But not only the money rise you will get, we'll also, if you do well on Ambassador, we'll write you a recommendation letter too in future for your job application. Okay, so future leadership, that one's much easier. The 4,500 is first come first serve. all you have to do is have an offer in hand, number one. Number two is to book a time to speak with me, because I'm quite kind. I'm not too harsh. So just chat with me, and then just to get to know you about 5 minutes. Then we will be decide. Most likely you'll be getting the scholarship letter for $4,500. So hopefully that can bring down tuition a bit for you. And hopefully that will help you overall. The experience in Canada will be much better too. So yeah, I guess that's pretty much for today. Thank you so much for coming. I know it's a Friday. I know it's early too. Thank you so much for all of your time, to be honest. I know that in the early morning on the weekdays, it's hard to come. So if there's any question, I think Mon will help me to monitor to see if any question that want to ask me.
Yeah, in the Q&A box, right, there is one question. Can you see that one in the Q&A box?
Yes. So can I know what's the difference between direct entry and integrated? Yes. So both of them has a different entry. You can see one is 5.0, one is 5.5. So if you come from a 5.0, you will need to take an additional English class. Okay. If you take an additional English class, it means that there's additional costs. So I would say you have to pay additional about 2,000 to 3,000 Canadian dollar. Okay, but time-wise, you will not waste additional time. Either way, you can still finish English and your first year all within 1 year. Okay, so time-wise, it will not waste additional time. It is a cost, and some of the how you start your first semester a little bit different, because one needs more English, one is less English. Okay, so I have someone who really interested in the ambassador already asking about the video. Okay, very good. So let me give you some hint. So I just need a video that's about 1 minute. Okay, this 1 minute, I want you to maybe a good lighting. Don't use your cell phone to just film it. Okay, be proper, and then just like say, tell me an introduction about yourself, right? And why you want to apply for this scholarship. Okay, just these two questions. Okay, very simple. I can also give you a tip. Not all students will get an interview chance. Okay, I have one student. I'll tell you why he did not get it. He filmed about 30 seconds. He say, my name is da-da-da. I want to apply for this scholarship because it's $5,000. Thank you. That's it. So don't film something like this. Okay, give you a small tips. Don't film something like this. Be more genuine, then you'll get an interview. Okay, so 1 minute max. All right, so there are some, I have one person actually also.
Yeah, there are like two questions in the chat box. One is like 4,500 scholarship is for every year or for the full course?
So not for every year. This is an entrance scholarship. It's a one time only for entrance. We'll pay in the first 2 semesters. Okay, so this is, but once you come in here, there are more scholarship available. And once you get in university, there are different kind of scholarship. Some of them are based on your grades. Some of them are based on how engaged you are. Because we know that good student is not necessarily only about grades, right? You can be good student about very engaged and very into the community as well. So there are some scholarship about that too. All right, so there are some people credit transfer. So let me talk about credit transfer first, okay? I know some of you might already have some credit in universities, okay? Coming to the international pathway, unfortunately, you cannot go over 2 years of universities, okay? If you have 2 years already, I suggest you apply directly to the university. You won't get credit transfer temporarily, okay? After you finish the international pathway, when you get to 2nd year, you can give the university, your university in Myanmar, and the grades, they can help you check to see if they can help you transfer some more credits. And just so you know, right now, if you are already 5th year or close to graduate, this might not be the one for you. You might want to connect with Crown Education, right, to see what other school or maybe some master degree that you can go for. Okay. But thank you so much, Laura. Good question. Okay, so education loan, it depends. So right now, some students will actually have some loan from their own country, like Myanmar, for example. If you have those loans, then yes, but in Canada itself, we don't have loan for international students because you guys are on study permit. Here, there's no international student not eligible for loan here in Canada, but in your own country, maybe. All right, let me go back to the checkbox. All right, let me see. Co-op programs start from second year. First year is an internship program. Okay, this student did the homework. Very good job. Yes, co-op program will has to start in second year. First year usually is not internship. First year will give you a lot of volunteer opportunity because in Canada, volunteer is very important. All the employer think that if you have volunteer, it's same as important as work experience. If you can do volunteer for free, they will definitely hire you for part-time job or co-op job. So in your first year, no, even domestic student, they cannot do co-op in their first year. Okay, you have to do it in your second year. All right, how about John and how about student like me who only are forced to take medical exam and not IGCSE? Of course, but in that case, you might want to have to get into university for at least 1 year first. Okay, so we do need some sort of years experience. So you might want to do some experience in university in Myanmar, take 1 year first, and then you can come here for the first year program. Okay. Opportunity and master degree. So right now for this college, there's no master program, unfortunately. I know a lot of students might want to ask, very close to want to come here. In that case, you might want to search or connect with Crown Education to see if there's other school that they have for really good for civil engineering. I'm sure they have a lot, so you can still keep in touch with Crown Education, okay? They have a lot of good school introduced for you. All right, age limitation apply for ambassador scholarship. No, so as long as you're eligible to get an offer from us, you're eligible to apply for the ambassador. So the first step for you, then you can first give all your documents to Crown Education. They can help you kind of screen through it first to see if you can apply for this school. If it's good, they can help you apply. Usually offer will come around 3 to 5 business days, okay? Very fast, then you wouldn't have an answer already. And it doesn't hurt because there's no application fee with us, right? So check with Crown Education, let them do some screening, do the communication for you, then we will know really fast whether you can get the ambassador, okay? All right, so future leadership scholarship. Very good. So future leadership scholarship, that one is also very easy. This one easier than ambassador because you don't have to film a video. All you have to do is number one, apply to us. Okay, so connect with the Crown Education, submit your documents. All you need is passport, your high school grade. If you have IELTS, give me IELTS. If not, that's okay too. We can give you conditional offer. And then once you get your offer, then you can let them know, I want to get the scholarship. Can I chat with Michelle for 5 minutes? Then they can help you set up a Zoom call. Then me and you can do a 5 minutes one-on-one check. Not only this will be just a scholarship interview, I will also help you plan out according to your program. I can tell you what your timeline looks like for the future too. So it's very good call, that a good section that you want to have with me. Okay, so that's all you have to know. Get an offer, let them know you want to apply for future leader scholarship, then they will help you. Okay. All right, thank you, Jimin. All right, let's see. Bobby, is there allowed work permit during attending college? How many hours per week? This will be depending on your study permit. So your study permit approval letter, you get it in Myanmar, but you will not get the actual study permit until you land in Canada. So your flight is land in Canada. When you're doing immigration, they will give you the actual study permit. That one will be listed what condition you have depending on age. Usually students, if they're too young, they will not let you do working in your first year, okay? But normally, most of our students would get maximum 20 hours per week, okay? So that would be something, we don't know, case by case, is based on a immigration office, but maximum for international students is 20 hours per week, okay? All right, so that's for Bobby. Thank you so much. Aspen, wonder if I have more volunteer experience, more likely to get scholarship. Yes, that's also very true. So you can apply to both, even though you can only get one, either ambassador or either the future leaders, but you can apply to both, right? You can check with me, and then during interview, I will ask you to maybe introduce yourself, right? Then I'll see how confident you are, right? Then I can see if you are fit for ambassadors. So yes, could be, but you have to show me what you learn from this volunteer, and I want to see your personality more instead of the actual volunteer experience. So what I'm looking for ambassador is really someone who has good personality and someone who is actually not afraid in front of camera or in front of people. They can be confident, and basically you have to show your true self, like be yourself, and I want to see if you can be comfortable showing yourself and be confident, okay? So that's for Aspen. All right, let's see, Shine. I checked there's no one-year diploma, some sort of like project management, web development, any really one-year diploma. You have 3 years bachelor of science degree from UK. All right, so no problem. So even though my school right now, what I'm introducing doesn't have master, but I can tell you some personal experience. Here, once you have that, it depends. With your grades, there are some university in Canada do accept, right? And then, but it depends, because sometimes with international students, a lot of them will not be 1 year. They might be 16 months, because a lot of them might be 12 months studying plus 4 months of internship. So there's something like that too. But I think Crown Education would be much more experienced because they know a lot of more school in Canada. I know really specific for this school. So they can help you to find if there's some good fit for your needs, okay? Try not to look for diploma. I don't think you want diploma. You want to go for some master degree. I don't think you need diploma first, because most of the students getting an additional diploma not necessarily helping you getting a master degree. Sometimes just a bachelor degree is good enough too, or some experience. Okay, so staff from college passed the admissions and taken computer universities. 3rd year student local, I take a break school. Okay, I understand, because right now I do know there's a lot of political issues happening. A lot of students really want to find a new opportunity, right, or taking breaks. But unfortunately, not with the international pathway, okay, not for WLIC, but if you want to apply directly to university, that is still possible, okay? You are still okay to apply directly to universities. They may offer you some credit transfer. I cannot guarantee all, but there's a chance they will let you to transfer some of the credit. But for grades requirement, I cannot guarantee, because it's competitive base, right? They want to see all the grades all together, including high school and universities. So you can connect with Current Education again, so they will kind of help you to see what school can fit you with your current experience. All right, Jimin, Durango Test School eligible coming. Yes, very good. So coming years, right now we only guarantee until this year, September. After that, we'll have to reevaluate again. It's very likely for January too, but I'm not sure if it's next year, September, will it be again or not. But let me know. I'll keep you updated. So I'm not sure where you at right now, where you want to come, but if you want to come in this September, yes, we are still accepting Duolingo. All right, so can we get direct admission after videos? Okay, so if you are doing OSSD, the Ontario one, medical universities, unfortunately, Wilfrid Laurier is not one of them. We are comprehensive, but direct admission, yes, but now all applications closed already. So you have to go through the WLIC system. You have to apply yourself through 101, like not 105, then you can apply directly for direct admissions. So all universities, most of them are closed already. Some may be opening, depending. I think Crown Education also work with some of the medical university in Canada as well. Then you can also let them know. They can introduce some for you, okay? All right, I'm also tutoring available for next year. Next year, I'm not sure how much it can be, but usually ambassador with 5,000, but after that it will be there's some a couple thousand depending on grades, right? There's some is like transfer once you get university, usually per year or every semester, the max would be some of them couple hundred, some of them couple thousand. It really depends. So I can't afford money to prepare for other stuff like volunteer experience, but I know what can I do more apply for this other than 1 year experience. I'm not quite sure what exactly this is about. You mean the apply for the school, apply for the scholarship, but either way, if you're doing national, if you have 1 year university experience, that's okay. If you have volunteer experience, that's okay too. Volunteer experience in Myanmar mostly will be helping with entrance scholarship only, okay? Afterwards, you want to get more scholarship, then it will be depending on, some of them depend on your grades, right? You want to be a good student, right? Or you can be more engaged, but usually the engagement will be less amount of money compared to you get a scholarship through your grades, okay? Not sure what your budget is going to be, right? But we do also have some sister school. Usually if you want even much cheaper one, then might be somewhere in Manitoba. Okay, Manitoba is also another destination you can consider with very cheap on tuition fee. But of course, it won't be close to Toronto. It won't be close to Vancouver. It'll be in the middle of Canada. But also, there will be job opportunities. So I would say, regardless, because today I really want you to have a good pathway in future. My goal is not really to, oh, you must go to my school, that kind of speech. So I really want you to really talk to Crown Education. I work with them for very long already. The reason you're coming today because through the promotion, just to hear about one school, but I encourage you to stay in touch with them to really like give them all the background you have, and they can really fast filtering out to tell you here are some schools that's potential for you within the budget you have and also within the experience that you want. Then make yourself more comfortable with your journey coming to Canada. All right, so what kind of qualification do you need besides English to attend university? Your high school grades, basically, just the high school grade and English, that's all. No portfolio, no essay, nothing, okay? Just these two. All right, so right now I can tell you, for the Future Leader Scholarship, we already give out to about 30 to 40 students who got it already. I still have maybe 10 to 20. Okay, so if you want, make sure to apply early. Once you apply early, then you can get it faster. Okay, you don't have to pay to know whether you get scholarship, right? So you can just talk to me first, get the scholarship letter. If you're eligible, then you think about whether you want to accept and come to us. Okay. For university, so I know it's a chance to attend there. Not with the international pathway, Remy. So you will have to either look for some master degree. Okay, so that's something Crown Education can help you with. There are some schools in Canada also offer like or pre-master degree or master degree. These are something I think you should look for because you have finished your university already. Okay, but thank you for your question. Okay, let me see, is there any other ones?
In the chat box, there is one question like, how many subjects we can choose? Can I learn civil engineering there?
Okay, unfortunately, we don't have any like engineering related, but I know that we have a sister college that's in Manitoba. They do have civil engineering. That's something Crown Education also very close with them. So you can let them know. If you're interested, stay in touch, okay? Maybe not today, not this school, doesn't mean we end the conversation here, right? Keep in touch with Crown Education. They will help you out, all right? So I know, oh, there's a lot of engineering. I'm very surprised.
Okay. တခြားမေးခွန်းလေးတွေမရှိတော့ဘူးဆိုလို့ရှိရင်ကျမတို့ဒီနေ့ session လေးကိုတော့ဒီမှာဆုံးသတ်လိုက်ပါမယ်เนาะဒါပေမဲ့ Crown Education ရဲ့page မှာတော့၎င်းမတို့ရဲ့ဒီ info@crown.edu.mm email တော့၎င်းသိချင်တာတွေရှိလို့ရှိရင်ဆက်ပြီးတော့မေးလို့ရပါတယ်เนาะဟုတ်okay one more okay yeah I think
one more, yes. Business management subject. Yes, we have a business technology management. Actually, this is someone that's very popular. That's something you want to apply to too. So if you're interested in business technology management, you can connect with Crown Education, get the offer, and then apply for scholarship. Okay, so Meiji, I'll wait for you. Tourism master degree. Unfortunately, no, there's no tourism here. Usually tourism with the diploma. And also there's no tourism master degree in this school.
Thank you, Michelle. Thank you so much for your time.
Welcome. All right. Everyone, thank you so much. Enjoy your weekend. I'll see you guys next time. If you want to stay in touch with me or with Crown Education, just let them know. We can set up one-on-one. Okay. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Michelle.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Have a good night for you, okay?
Good night.